Hello everyone. In today's video we're going to take a look at the 4 First Shot Johnny Lightning Speed Racer cars. These came out at around 2000-2001 and include the bare metal First Shot and then a painted version of the cars. These First Shot cars are supposedly the first cars that came off the line that they then clear coat and then put together. I had to have this collection for two main reasons. First, they have bare metal cars that will look great in my bare metal collection. And second, I have a real love for the original Spectraflame red lines, and all these cars can be thought as throwbacks to the 1968 red lines that Hot Wheels made. All of them would have fit in nicely with the twin mills and the peeping bombs. We're going to crack them all and get a closer look. A real quick disclaimer. I was not a huge fan of the cartoon show as a child. The now famous English dubbing that was done to fill all the plot into the limited mouth movements along with all the gasping was too far off the mark for my young mind at the time when I was watching it as a child. However, I did love the cars. Even as a child of the 80s, the cars still look cool then as much as they look cool today. I say this because I'm not an expert on Speed Racer the show. I really like the cars, but I know nothing about them or how accurate these cars are to the show. Alright, well, let's check them out. First up is the Mach 5. And I have to say that this is by far the best casting of the Mach 5 I have ever owned. The car is slimmer than other replicas that I own, and its length is extended out further, giving it a sleeker style than other versions. The hood opens, but I couldn't get it open, and I don't want to force it open. The other one opens fine, so you get to see it in a bit. The only nag that I'm going to have with this and all the other cars is that they were attached to their boxes via their axles using plastic wire. I hate it when manufacturers do this. The back axle on this Mach 5 is really bent out of shape, so much I couldn't even get it to roll when I first took it out of the box. I realize this makes for great presentation in the packaging, but every one of these cars has a slightly bent axle. The painted version of this car is just superb. The chrome really looks good along with the clear plastic headlights. The base is either chromed or done in a high polish. It's hard to tell, but it is well detailed. The hood opens up a little, enough to see the engine. It's very thin metal, so forcing it open further is not something I would try. The hood does sit perfectly flat and within the hood recess on the car. It's so well done that I didn't even know that it would open until I turned it over. Personally, I think it took some guts to have an opening hood with all of the converging angles in this car. Any mistakes would have stuck out like a sore thumb. They, however, pulled it off flawlessly. The axles are not as bent as the bare metal version. I have no real criticisms of this car other than it's not easy to find as the other three, and I'd like to own a couple more. But that's to be expected given this particular car. Tempos are all clean. The one on the hood is off ever so slightly, but that's just me nitpicking. The car is tight, and in my opinion, you don't really own a Mach 5 until you own this one. Alright, let's move on. Next up is the Snake Oiler. Definitely the coolest named car of the bunch. I just like saying that, Snake Oiler. This one has the least amount of detail than any of the other cars. It has a small opening hood on the front that gives us a view of the engine, and the hood closes flat. This bare metal version of the Snake Oiler really looks cool, however, as you can see changes in the metal shading on the undetailed surfaces. These cars are not like the Zamac cars Hot Wheels makes. They really do appear to be pulled off the line and then painted as is with no polishing done at all. The painted version is given more detail purely because it's painted. It's also the only car that is painted in a non-Spectraflame, they call it candy chrome, paint scheme. The hood will not sit flat on this car, however I don't consider it a loss as this car doesn't even have one of its back wheels. Once again, this is most likely because of the way that they attach the cars to the boxes. This method is no doubt labor intensive, and to get the maximum speed probably requires being a little bit rough with the car's wheels and axles. I would guess that the cap type wheel probably popped off when someone was wiring it down. Unfortunately, the wheel was on the side that you can't see. But lucky for me, this is by far the easiest car to come by, so finding a replacement should be easy. Of all the cars, this is the only one with right-hand steering. Disregarding its obvious flaws, the paint, tempos, and the overall look of the car is very well done. The next car is called the Captain Terror, no doubt driven by one of the show's antagonists. This is one of my favorite bare metal cars of the bunch. The hood is in the dome in the back, and next to the Mach 5 it has the coolest opening feature of the bunch. And like the Mach 5, the hood is done very well and sits perfectly on both the painted and bare metal versions. This is the only car that has any extra detailing in the form of plastic exhaust pipes coming out the back. The painted version of this car is just staggering, and is the reason I opened all the cars up in the first place. The candy chrome body with enamel details is just amazing to look at. The tampos are all dead on, and the car has painted headlights and taillights. This is the only car with center steering, and the only car I would love to change the wheels on. All the cars have the same wheels, and all these wheels look great on all the cars, but this is the one that I think would look a little bit better if it just had larger wheels in the back. It looks like they could fit. So that may be a future project, if I can bring myself to take a drill to it. By the way, all the cars have rubber tires if that was not obvious. The last, but certainly not least car to see is the Racer X car, the main protagonist's older brother's car. The bare metal version has little detail and appears to me to make a better boat than car, but that's just my opinion. Its opening feature is a small hood covering its engine, and it has two fins in the back to stabilize it on the road. All in all, it's a pretty cool car. The painted version of the Racer X car is done in yellow or gold color candy chrome. Like the snake oiler, the paint brings in much needed detail and really improves the car's overall look from the bare metal version. I kid about this car, and honestly, it really is a neat looking car. The front end is very reminiscent of twin mills. No doubt if Hot Wheels had made it, the engine on the back would have been several times its current size. The tampos look great, and this car also has painted headlights and taillights. All in all, it's a very well done casting. Well, as I said before, if you're into futuristic cars from the late 60s, then these cars should not be overlooked, even if they did originate from a cartoon. Most of these cars can be found on eBay. The Mach 5 is a bit more difficult to find, but it does show up from time to time. Let me know below which is your favorite. Also, don't forget to rate and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.